right, hello everyone, and let me get out of the way here a little bit. All right, we're here on a Monday with stars and standings, which, of course, I always do standings first and stars, but stars and standings sounds better than standing as in stars for some reason. So I call it stars and standings. Hope your week is off to a good start. I know Monday, hard to get a good gauge on the day, but nonetheless. All right, so here we are. We are covering the standings, and again, it's very, very early. So this is just keep you up to date. All right, so I'm going to break this down. We got wins, of course, losses, overtime losses because you get a point for an overtime loss, regulation wins. Now, this is going to come into place possibly later this season, the RW. That's why I have it there. But the reason being is because it's used as a tiebreaker as you go on through the season. So I wanted to make sure that was there so you can get used to seeing it. So when you see, I'm just taking the first line for now. Binghamton, 5 wins, but only 3 regulation wins, meaning 2 wins were overtime shootout wins. So, and that, of course, that affects the points. Points is still the number one um, determination for who finishes in what order. Okay, but if there are ties, like there is with Binghamton and Watertown, all right, first overall wins would be the first tiebreaker. The second tiebreaker would be regulation wins. So that's why, even though they have the same points percentage, they have the same points. Right now, technically, Binghamton is in first place. Big deal. We're only 6 games into the season, so yeah, you take it for what it is. All right. So as we look at here, we have the Binghamton Black Bears on top of the Empire Division, 5-1, 13 points. Watertown also with 13 points, 4-1-1. All right. So and if we can get a real good indication on the early part of the season, I think these 3 teams are definitely going to be slugging it out throughout the year. All right, so Danbury next on the list, 2-1-1 with 7 points. All right, and then we have Motor City coming into 2-2. One of those wins was a shootout win, so they have 5 points. All right, Port Huron right now 1-2-1. They do not have a win in regulation though. So that's the thing. That's you see a win here, but it was a shootout win, so they don't have a regulation win yet. 3 points. Technically, if you want to be really technical about it, because these 3 teams, this is the way it's listed on the Fed website, as I have it written down here. If you want to really be technical, we're looking at tiebreakers. All 3 of these teams have 3 points, same points percentage, same amount of wins, but regulation wins would then factor in the tie. So technically, it would be Dashers, Hudson Valley, and then Port Huron. What I did not write, the final tiebreaker, it doesn't factor in when teams are tied here, 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 is goal differential. And right now, the Dashers have a better goal differential than Hudson Valley. So these 2 are accurate, but technically, yeah, I should have had Dashes 5th, Hudson Valley 6th, Port Huron 7th. That's breakers what things should look like. But I didn't catch it until I'm looking at it going 0. Okay, wait a minute. So anyway, that's that. Okay, in the Continental Division, Athens 5-1. Of course, couple or there was an overtime win there, so it's 14 points, not 15, for regulation wins. Baton Rouge, yeah, believe it or not, Baton Rouge is second place. I know, only 5 games in, but I just have to say it because, hey, Baton Rouge is second place. Remember when I did my predictions? Where did I have Baton Rouge? 6th. All right, so far, good start to the season for the Zydeco. All right, Carolina 2-1-1, 7 points. Columbus, they were idle this last week, so Columbus has a lot of work to catch up on. They've only played 2 games, won both. One was an overtime. One was an overtime shutout win. So we have 5 points there. And we have Blue Ridge and Mississippi, both 1, 2, and 1, 4 points. Goal differential favors Baton Rouge. I'm not going to write down goal differential at this point. It's just too many numbers, too many columns. This is complicated enough. I don't want to make this complicated for you guys. All right. We'll keep it KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. All right. So Monroe right now, bringing up the rear, 1-3-1, 3 points. So there we go. That's your standings as it is right now. Again, remember these three kind of get jumbled up. All right. Let's go on to Stars of the Week. I've broken out this small board, and I hope this is showing up. See if I can. That made it worse. All right, we'll do it this way. We'll do the old handheld method. So excuse my shaking palm. Pretend you're watching an old episode of NYPD Blue. You always had the shaking camera and everything was moving around, and you were trying to figure out, whoa, what's happening? All right, so we go into our top 5 performers, and for this week, I've mentioned a bunch of honorable mentions. All right, first, let's tilt this a little bit more. Brendan Colgan, yeah, he's on the list. These are alphabetical by last name. That's the order. There's no particular order that I have these in. Just the top 5. All right, Colgan, 2 wins, a shutout win, 55 of 58 with a 948 save percentage and a 1.5 goals against. And that shutout, of course, was Colgan's 10th of the year. So he is having an excellent, excellent start to the season. All right, the Wolves. I could have gone either way. I went with Heitzner, Kyle Heitzner, as being up here, just because I think it was a little more unexpected. I didn't expect this kind of a start from Heitzner. I had an easier time seeing it happening with Carter Thornton. But, they both had identical stats. But, yeah, so Heitzner, 2 goals, 3 assists on the weekend. That's also what Alex Johnson had on the weekend for the Port Huron Prowlers in a pair of games, pair of close losses, but Port Huron did pick up a point. All right. Tyson Kirkby for the Binghamton Black Bears, 5 assists, no goals. He had several opportunities, but 5 assists. That's the most assists of anybody in the league this week. So there he goes. And for the Danbury hat tricks, Jacob Ratcliffe, not really a surprise here. If you followed the hat tricks, if you followed Jacob Ratcliffe, you know that he is regularly capable of putting up numbers like this. A goal and 4 assists for Jacob. And then these honorable mentions, I want to mention them because these guys had a good weekend too. I didn't want to leave them off. Several players had a good weekend, but these really were good performances. Okay, so yeah, Belov from Hudson Valley, 3 goals. Danilo Belov, he is the top scorer right now for the Venom. 3 goals and an assist. Chase Harwell from the Danbury Hat Tricks as well, 3 goals and an assist. And then, of course, we had our other goalie that we're mentioning this week, Dyson Skinner. Only played the 1 game, but what a doozy of a game it was. 39 to 40. So that's a 975 save percentage. Gets the win against Blue Ridge. And several of those 39 saves were huge, huge, huge saves. Really, really great performance by Dyson Skinner. And then the aforementioned Carter Thornton, 2 goals and 3 assists for him. And he and Heitzner led the way for the Wolves this weekend. So I apologize for the lighting and the camera work. My usual spot where I do these videos wasn't available right now, so We improvised. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to break out Studio B. Uh, B standing for basement. So it's where I started doing YouTube videos. If I wasn't doing them in my truck at work, I was doing them down in the basement. Um, I guess I'm gonna have to clean out that area and get the studio set back up. So because lighting was good down there. All right. So that's it. That's stars and standings for the week, for week 3 of the Fed season. All right. Upcoming this week on the Flash Audio Network. Tuesday, lots of news and notes to get caught up on. Any transactions are being posted on Facebook as they come across. So make sure to avail yourself to the Facebook page. Some news and notes on Tuesday, and we'll see what else happens between now and then. Wednesday, first week of power rankings on the Flash Audio Network. I have been participating in the power rankings panel on Minor Pro Hockey. Sent in my vote already to Chris Gardecki and let him know what my picks were. On my audio edition, I will tell you, okay, these are who I picked, where, and why. All right, just a brief, 1 minute long, not even, sum up as far as why I chose this team for this position. So make sure to tune in for that, and we're going to be tracking that all year round. For the Fed League Flashes purposes, this is the first week. So this is our base, and we're going to track throughout the year how the team is doing, how much they've climbed or fallen, or are they staying pretty steady in the same place. So that'll be kind of fun to do. And then Thursday, more news and notes because stuff always happens. And we'll also have one game uh, preview and a prediction, as there is the Thursday game in Monroe. And then Friday, previews and predictions. We'll be doing that. Saturday, we complete the circle of life, come back here on YouTube for game reviews. All right, so that's the week ahead, and I hope you have a great week. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Make sure you're telling a friend. If you want the links for the Flash Audio Network, go to the Facebook page. All the links are pinned up at the top as far as which platform you want to listen to: Spreaker, Spotify, iHeart, Amazon Music, Castbox. You can find the link right there. Go right to the web or the podcast page. All the episodes will be listed, and you can keep up to date with what's going on in the Fed. All right, thank you so much. I'm Gary Ryan. You have a wonderful week. We'll catch you soon.